So, hey y'all, I want to upload a video because I just had a lot on my mind, and like the other day I was saying that allegory story the other day, and I was led to do that, you know, by our Creator, because people don't know who He is. No, you really don't. Some people do. And I think there's a lot of people that really do want to seek Him, but they're looking in the wrong spot. I know when I talk to Him. I've always talked to Him. I try to go outside and do it. I feel closer to Him. Of course, He would be out there in nature. I mean, why wouldn't He be out in His creation? Why wouldn't you think, that's where you can, be in touch with Him? That's peace. I'm sure every one of you have been to a park or you've been to a beach, and you just felt at ease, like everything. You just felt this energy, and essentially, we're energy, and God is energy, and God, he did manifest Himself as a human being. That's who Jesus Christ was. He was God the Creator, who, essentially came to earth because it was a dark time with humanity, where there's a bad force and there's a light force. It's good and bad. It's one way or the other. And I just see a lot of people that, how do I put this? Because I know I'm going to get bomb blasted for it, and there's probably going to be a lot of you throwing stones, and that's okay. I mean, that's sad if you want to do that, but I mean, do you really think that that's where God is in a book written by Freemasons, and, well, in the case of the King James Version, a homosexual and a pedophile, which, pretty much is what God is against? I mean, I'm not saying that everything in the Bible is dribble. As I always say, take what holds water, what is good, and hold on to that, and let go of what doesn't make sense. And like today, I was watching a video, one of my favorite YouTubers, Martin Lidka, and a shout out to him, Flat Earth British, and he's really special because he shows a lot of things that most people would overlook, and he's very passionate about sharing the truth, and he does it in a comedic way, and laughter, that's a good vibration. Laughter is healing. That's a good vibration. We vibrate. We are beings of energy too, and people forget that. It's like, our mind is a capacitor, and the heart's a resonator. And I just see a lot of people, it's not clicking. There's nothing resonating. And there's a lot of people that are ritualistic, and you look around in creation, and everything God's created, everything has a perfect order and system. I mean, it's just amazing, everything He's created. He's an architect. He's an engineer. Everything has a perfect design system, individuality to it. He's not really an author so much as He's a creator, like an engineer, like I'm saying. And, a lot of you just seem like if you don't do these certain, sacrificial feasts, like that, I'm sure it's got to be, pressing on you to have to go through all that, to think that if you don't, then the Creator is going to cast you into a bottomless pit, and that's not who the Creator is. I mean, whoever you think this Creator is, it's going to damn people to hell, and, whatever you're reading, it's got you believing that you have to bring other people down and throw stones if they don't believe the way you do. And, you know, you got to think for a minute. All these books that you're being told are the Word of God were written by Freemasons, were written by very highly level ranking satanic people. Even the King James, he especially, I mean, he was the son of Bloody Mary, Queen of Scots. And he was a homosexual and he was a pedophile. But you take from that what you want. I mean, if you feel like you have to do all these rituals and, you know, go out and tell people and bring them down and get others to believe the same way, that's a hostage situation. That ain't a relationship. At least it's not a relationship with our Creator, the one that created everything. I mean, if I, you know, looking back in my life, going by the way of the Bible, I shouldn't have been blessed with everything that God has done for me and shown me and led me, and He's always brought me up. He's never let me down. And I, in no way, have ever done these rituals or, you know, I've read the book. I started reading when I was 12 years old. I read Revelation. I do believe that there's some truth to it. I do believe that there's some prophecy. I think by obligation, you know, these entities have had to leave some things in there. But, you know, it says whoever adds or takes away. I mean, you don't think Satan would take that up as a challenge? I do. Not to mention, look at everything that's been taken out of it and added in and taken out. I mean, the book of Enoch, for example. I mean, if it shows you that things were taken out of there, I mean, something has got to be clicking somewhere in the backs of your mind saying that something's not adding up. I mean, it's just sad. I mean, I don't know. It's so easy to talk to the Creator. You just, you know, I always feel, for me, I always go outside and I just talk to Him. Like, you know, you and I are talking right now. I hear Him as clearly as I hear another person's voice. He always shows me things. He gives me confirmation. I mean, you don't have to recite poetry that was written by someone else. That's not coming from your heart. The Our Father thing, that wasn't even, you're not supposed to recite it. That's what the Catholics do. You're not supposed to recite it like a poem. You speak from the heart. That's what He wants you to do. Some of you are parents. Don't you want your kids speaking from a heart? You don't want them reading off a script, do you? I don't know. It's wearing on me. I feel the oppression. I feel there's a lot of oppression over you guys. I mean, if there was remotely 100% truth in that book, don't you think they try to restrict it? I think the stuff that we're supposed to know, other stuff that we're supposed to know, I think it has been hidden. But, you know, the Creator, He leads us to the truth. In the end, everything's going to be brought into the light. That whole parable about the virgins and the oil, everyone has their own interpretation. Well, the real interpretation is we have auras around them, around all of us. Everyone has this different aura. You'll notice that, like, you ever notice that you ever notice there's a person that you feel like immediate attraction, like just get good vibes off of them? It's because they have an aura around them. A good, high, lit, bright aura around them. You know, each of us have an aura, and that vibration goes along with that aura, and it only extends so far outside the body. That's why they wanted, during the scamdemic, to stand 6 feet apart. You know, that's why they wanted to keep people separated, because that aura that connects us all to each other, and it's supposed to be high vibrational and well lit. That's what He was saying. You know, you have that aura, keep it lit. You know, keep that high vibration to keep it going. Don't let these bad, low, oppressive vibrations dull your light. But you don't get it. You think it's some other thing. You're looking elsewhere. It's like you're going to walk into a pulley, looking to the side and bam. Maybe it's been right in front of you all along. And a lot of you freak out. You hear the word gnosis or Gnostic or occult. And it's like, oh, she's a devil worshiper. Let's burn her at the stake. You have to know what those words mean. It means hidden. Agnostic means you're not sure of creation, right? So Gnosticism is, it's a knowledge. It's a secret knowledge. No, well, not secret, really. It's the knowledge of a creator. And an occult, it just means hidden. And you're freaking out over a word that means hidden. And probably, if you look in English thesaurus, probably has 3,000 other meanings as well. But because the entities that serve the dark force have made it dirty, you believe it's dirty. And you're told to believe it's dirty. You're told to believe crystals are dirty. Even though the Creator made crystals and rocks, you don't think these things give off vibration and healing? Of course they do. The Creator made them. Just like plants. A lot of you Christians, you throw stones at people that smoke pot. Would you rather him popping pills or... think with your heads. Your hearts together. Resonate. Energy. You can throw stones at me if you want. I'm just trying to simplify things to get you to see. He says, give us, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Well, not just that, you have to have a mind to understand and a heart to discern. And discernment, that's a special gift. I've been discerning a lot of negative energy from people that, all these Hebrew roots people, and the Jews are supposedly the chosen ones. But Christ didn't call us to become, Judaistic or whatever. They called us to be like Him. That's what He said. Be like Him. Have the innocence of a little child. Laugh. Find joy. Spread that joy. And it's like one little thing, you don't do squeaky clean. And a lot of you, you've come to the understanding that not going to church on Sundays because of 501c3, yada, yada, yada. But I see people that do go to church on Sunday, and it's like there are some people that have well-lit auras. But some of you people have gotten to be just as two-faced as some of the people that go. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just trying to speak the truth and try to get you to see that you need to stop throwing stones at people. That little passage, I'm sure you know the one. Don't worry about the speck in your brother's eye. Worry about the beam in your own. And there's some of you just live and get off on making other people feel terrible and instill fear in them. And it's like, because you're stuck in this oppressive, religious, ritualistic cycle, you got to get other people to do it because you don't feel free. But that's your choice. You can break free from those chains. He came to earth to free us from those chains. He gave us eyes to see and the heart to discern. You think he's in that little book. He's bigger than that little book, I'm telling you. I know. And He does send angels. I know because I've seen them. And, He's not... How do you think it makes the Creator feel to be gaslit by Satan? Satan's, behind that book. I told you, those Freemasons are writing it. And they make the Creator look out to be some kind of narcissistic, maniacal, egotistical control freak that if you don't, that demands worship, and if you don't do as he says, he's going to throw you in a pit of fire. That ain't the creator. That's Satan. Satan's the one demanding worship. That's the only one demanding worship. Because he rebelled against God, remember? He wants to be like the Most High. People know how evil he is. They don't want to worship that. That's a hostage situation. It's not a relationship. Our Creator is good. He's a being of good, and he gives us knowledge. And that knowledge is everywhere. It's scattered. Some of you have come to the truth of flat earth. And I'm sure you have got to have watched a few flat earth channels on YouTube or learned and talked about it. And a lot of flat earthers are trying to tell you, we've been lied to about history. There's been other civilizations. There's been other things happening here. And that don't line up with that book. I'll tell you right now. Something's not adding up at all. And they'll lie about the shape of the earth. They'll lie about history. What else do you think they're going to lie about that you've been believed to be instilled in you? You don't think that religious thing has something to do with it? That ain't God. I'm just saying, that ain't God. You're looking in the wrong places. You don't have to be ritualistic. You just have to seek what is good. Serve others. You serve others, you love others, and by doing that, you serve God, the Father. We're here to learn, we're here to teach. Seek that knowledge. Seek Him, seek His knowledge. Pass it on to others. Let them be free. Don't try to restrain them because you're restrained. Don't tie them down and try to keep them captive. No, we're here to free each other. Because He freed us. We don't want to stay here forever. We want to ascend. We want to go be with Him. We want off this merry-go-round. We want off this weird trip, man. We want off. But in order to ascend, you have to understand, you have to learn, you have to seek Him. And, deliberately allowing yourselves to be oppressed, that ain't going to get you ascension. Not in the way you think. There's a lot of people here that, they're going to be stuck here forever because they've chosen bad things. God's not a God of, damnation and like that. But if you're inherently evil, you choose to be evil, you choose to hurt others and tear others down, He's going to tear into you. I think at some point He's going to say enough's enough. I think He's had to do it before. I think there's been, these giants and stuff that have been on the earth. I think there were good giants. I believe there were bad giants. There's always good and bad. And, I believe that there were classes of angels, like, the fallen angels, they did teach bad things. In the garden, we really don't know 100% what happened there. I don't believe it was just Adam and Eve, because if that's so, doesn't the Bible say that incest is wrong? How does that make any sense? God isn't the author of confusion. Satan is, but not God. And all I see is a bunch of confusion in that book. You don't think the controllers have manipulated and twisted it for that reason? Come on. They're going to give Jesus, the God, a nationality. God's sovereign. He don't need a nationality. The one that started all that nationality thing is the Hebrews, the Jews. Just saying. And Jesus said to be like Him, be of light. Be the light in the world like Him. But y'all are being Jews. You're being Pharisees. That's the exact same people Jesus condemned. There's so much distortion and stuff that the only thing I know that holds true is numbers. Because God created them. 1 and 1 is always 2. Doesn't matter what language you speak. He created things in numbers. Numbers are very special to Him. And yeah, some numbers were soiled. And God tells us to use numbers to figure things out because everything's created in numbers. Everything is energy. Everything has an energy field. Everything that has matter is energy. Anything created, living, has energy field around it. Like I said, the aura. Keep your aura bright. People are attracted to that. Why do you think so many people are turned off by the idea of God? It's because of your oppressive belief system. The Bible and religion, I mean, it's all about oppression and keeping someone bound. And if you don't do it this way, then so help you. And that's a hostage situation. That's not of the Creator, who is good. And I know He's good. And once you learn how good He is and how wonderful and true He is and how much knowledge is out there and what makes sense, and things start clicking and you start seeking Him more, and He shows you these things. I've sought Him my whole life. I've done the 501c3 thing. I've done the, I almost got sucked into that Hebrew root stuff. And it just never made any sense to me. I'm sorry, but it ain't. If it's working for you, then bless you. But I don't honestly think it does, because a lot of you just out there throwing stones and trying to bring others down. And I mean, I see at least a few posts a day saying that, oh, if you're doing this and this, you're going to hell, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why would you post something like that? Like, that's so oppressive. That's so depressing and oppressive. And it's like, you have that feel little about yourself. You're that unsure of yourself that you have to bring others down with you. You're choosing to be a hostage, but that doesn't mean, why do you have to go out and make others hostages? I mean, I saw someone today in the chat, when I was watching Martin Lika's video today, and I got to participate in the live chat, and I felt good. And I'll tell you what, I felt more room. I felt more love in that chat room, and that amongst people that believed in energy and that, were open to the truth and knew about vibrations and plants and stuff. I felt more love there than I ever did in any of your now you see TV groups. And yeah, I'm going to call that out, because, if if you're stuck in that, I'm really sorry, because those people, they're sponging off the viewers. They are manipulating the viewers. Now, there's people paying that $8.99 a month for their exclusive content, and that website's not even up. And now they have a new studio. Come on, put two and two together here. And there ain't no exclusive content on that page. I'm telling you right now. I was on it. And in fact, I unsubscribed, and somehow they were able, even though I had a new bank card and everything, they were still siphoning money. And it's just like, enough's enough. I got a bad vibration. All it was is like, if you don't do it this way, then, you're in danger of hell. That's all I ever got from that. Ever. Another one, Armor of Truth channel, making fun of flat earthers. And wow, all these Christians, they seem to be like, especially the now you see TV. I don't know. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I'm just trying to get you people to see that you don't have to be oppressed. That's not who God is. And I'm sorry anyone ever made you feel that way. But if it was really that offensive to any of these people, they would have done away with the Bible altogether. But what they did do away with was what was supposed to be, what we were supposed to know. I believe that there were other things written down that we were supposed to know. I do believe in Christ. I do. I believe in His message. I believe it was God who came to the earth. There's power in that name. I just don't believe the timeline is adding up. And I also don't believe that God himself, even in the flesh, as human, had a nationality. He's sovereign. He doesn't need a nationality. Doesn't need a race. In fact, there ain't multiple races other than angelic beings and fallen entities and us. We're human beings. Whether you're black, you're white, you're native, you're oriental, it's one race. Human race. But yet they divide us. And they use that as a division tool. Just like religion. I mean, even in Christianity, it's divided. So many denominations. You talk to one Christian in one group, and they both believe something different. And that's confusion. God ain't the author of confusion. I mean, there's so much more out there that we're meant to understand that we are just starting to find out. And I just know how good the Creator is. I really do. I personally know how good He is. He's just... You don't know my life. You don't know my testimony. But I can tell you one thing. There's most definitely a God. He's in a Creator, and He loves us very much. And He's love. He's not who that book has made Him out to be. Nope. But the only being I know that I was taught that demands worship and is jealous and wants to be like God and wants, to take over and overthrow Him, that's Satan. And he's oppressive, and he's behind all the world governments that want to keep us oppressed and keep us down and, keep us with low vibrations. And nope, they can't have those vibrations. They can't have, they're not going to siphon off me. They're not going to loose me. I want to keep up this high vibration. I want to stay in sync with our Creator on the same frequency as Him, and when you're on, you just don't, some of you don't know, but when you do find that frequency and you are connected, you just know. And, I hope and pray, ask all of you, open your eyes and seek God and seek the Creator and for who He is. Find out who He really is. He's not in that book. I just, I'm tired of stone throwing and oppression, and I'm not letting that grab me down anymore. I mean, I've felt so much freer when God has showed me these things. And I hope He shows you the same things. None of us are perfect, not in this world. He created us to be perfect. He created, with the intention of love and peace and unity. But, that jealous little prick son of a bitch, Satan, had to, foil it all. And he's stuck. But we don't have to be. We don't have to be oppressed. Choose to let go and let God. And I wish you peace. I send you peace. I send you love, vibration, and I hope you feel it and grab onto it and, let go of that bad energy. Find joy every day. Find a reason to laugh every day and let go and just speak to Him. That's all He wants. He doesn't want reciting poems. He wants you to speak from your heart. He doesn't want rituals. He wants resonators. He wants you to resonate with Him, sharing His frequency. And that's all I have for you for tonight. And yeah, just good vibes and love, and anyone who's hurting or ailing right now, I lift you up to Him, and I ask Him for His healing energy upon all of you who are suffering and hurting right now, and I trust him, and I know he's there. Love y'all.